on, right?
Yes.
Good to meet you, man. My
Good to
name's
meet you.
it's like summer without the S.
All right. Nice to meet you.
I gotta explain it that way every time, or else people will butcher my name. Yeah. Where are you based out of?
I'm based out of Dallas, Texas.
Okay, cool. So it's quite early where you're at. 7 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 7 in the morning.
Cool, man. I'm in Bali right now, so it's I don't know if you can tell, but it's 8 o'clock at night right now. I
Oh
just
wow.
I just got
Okay, quite opposite.
yeah, I just got married 2 weeks ago, so I'm on honeymoon. I'm gonna be out of the country for like 2 months, but just took the first 2 weeks off for work.
Oh, nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So are you from Dallas originally?
Yeah, yeah. This is where I was born and raised at. I've been here my whole time. Um, I got married a couple of years ago. Moved away for a bit. Marriage was great. I feel like we got fell in love too early, so it kind of broke off. So not came back to Dallas after our marriage did not work out.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Well, I'm new to this whole marriage thing. I'm only about 2 weeks in, so um,
It's honestly not that bad. It's just communication, man. That's where we end up dying.
yeah, I've learned that that's a big component for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm from Indiana, so I've heard a lot of good things about Texas. I heard that area is like expanding rapidly as far as development wise.
it is. It
I've got
is.
some family over there in the Fort Worth area, DFW.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's cool, man. Well, we can jump right in if you're ready. I know we're on timer today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready.
Thanks, baby. Cool, man. So pretty much how we run these calls, one is it's pretty simple, very straight to the point. My main goal here today is just to learn a little bit more about you. So I
Okay.
want to get to know your situation a little bit better. I want to understand a little bit about how your weight loss journey has been going so far, what made you want to reach out to us, see what your weight is now, what you want to get down to ideally, what challenges you're having with weight loss, what your motives are. So just kind of get to like draw a whole sketch out for you as far
Okay.
as what you're looking for. And once we've got some clarity there, we can discuss if it makes sense for you to get advanced mentorship from Jacob. So if it seems like you're a fit for the program, you actually could use our help. Sometimes people will jump on and they really just don't need the help. But if we come to realize that you could use our help and you want to use our help, then we'll go ahead and get you enrolled at the end of the call today, and we'll connect you with our team right away. And if for whatever reason you're not a fit, or we just don't think that you need our help, then worst case scenario, I can just give you a couple pointers and one the car early. Does that sound fair?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely does.
Cool, man. So I know you told me a little bit. We chatted briefly over text message, but if you could just give me like the quick rundown on what life has looked like for you recently and what got you to book a call with us, that'd be a great place to start.
So this isn't my first time I've actually tried doing something about my weight. And every time I've noticed that every time I try to do something about my weight, I always tend to be alone. I always tend to do my own research. I always tend to be my own person on it, which is great. Everything. I just feel like I don't have. It's like if I do it with somebody or if I have somebody coaching me, I feel like I'm not training the wrong thing over and over and over. I know you can train incorrectly and learn bad habits, and I don't want to do that. I want to learn and do it properly. I want to lose weight properly. I want to change my life properly. I've just been going my whole life. I've just been overweight. I'm kind of just tired of it, letting take advantage, not advantage, but like just dominate who I am. It's affected me in every aspect.
Mhm.
I firmly believe now, sitting here and thinking about it, it's one of the reasons why my marriage didn't work out. I just didn't feel as confident. I just didn't feel like I could be who I needed to be. I could never quite figure it out, and then it wasn't until I was here alone I was able to figure out that I really need to change my habits, of who I am, and just to be a better person for my partner. It's not fair for the other person to pick up somebody that doesn't know basic nutrition, somebody doesn't know basic necessities, how to maintain their own health. How am I supposed to expect my somebody else to respect me whenever I can't respect my own self? So I've tried before. The best I've done was I did a keto diet, me and my wife, a couple years ago. It actually worked out pretty good. I think I lost like 50 pounds within a couple months. I think within like 8 months, I've lost like 50 pounds, and it was really great. But that was because me and my wife were doing it together. The moment that she like kind of hopped off of it, I kind of hopped off of it too,
Uh,
and the weight came back like pretty quick. Like I was actually surprised kind of how fast the weight came back.
mhm.
And that's where I realized where you can do these intense diets, ketos, and all that, but it's not really gonna change unless you do a lifestyle change. I noticed that whenever I was on a keto, I was always focused on the end goal, end goal, end goal. Once I got to the end goal, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go celebrate. I'm gonna go get some cake or something. It's like I felt like I needed to go do something, and turns out that's ultimately what killed it. I didn't look at it as like a lifestyle change. I just kept looking at the end. I was like, oh, I gotta suffer through all this, and at the end, I can reward myself.
The
And I
destination.
realized that's yeah, I realized that's the wrong mindset to have when going into this. So and then a lot of Jacob's videos, I've really like whenever I look at them, I feel like they're relatable to
Mhm.
my instances. So that's whenever I watch his videos, I feel like I could just follow his course, follow the same things he did. I feel like I could pretty much achieve the same goals that he achieved.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, man. I speak to a lot of people that reach out and they're, you know, sometimes the people are like reaching out because it's like, oh, I just gained a lot of weight recently. But most of the people that reach out to us, it's like, I've struggled with weight gain my whole life and I've been overweight and I'm just kind of tired of it, right?
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this one: well, I mean, I was gonna say how long. I know you already told me it's been your whole life, but how long has it been since you like recently have been in this stage to where you're like, man, I need to start taking this a little bit more seriously?
Honestly, it wasn't well until I had it was a little health scare last year.
Mhm.
Last year, I woke up and my left leg was like really, really swollen and kind of like red. And I went to the doctors, and the doctors kind of like did a blood work on me,
Mhm.
and they realized they basically told me that I'm borderline like diabetes. I'm like, I really need to change my ways. And whenever I went to the doctors and they told me all that, I realized that I really do need to change my ways because at the time I was 30. I'm now 31. And they're like, you might not live to see 40 if you keep going this way. I was like, that was genuinely very true.
Yeah.
Ever since that meeting, the one thing that I have done religiously that I have not come back to is give up soda. I haven't drank a soft drink since that year. Um, I've tried, as soon as the doctor ended up telling me that, I tried to go on this carnivore diet with my wife. It was great. It was really good at first. But like I said, it's just if I don't have somebody assisting me, or like not assisting, but like telling me along the way, I was like, oh, by the way, this portion is this much and this, I feel like I'm doing it wrong. And I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right. I don't want to make sure I'm doing nothing wrong. I just want to learn habits that would help me and not just shoot in the dark and just hopefully it's right.
Right. Okay. Got it. Cool, man. So Juan, do I have your permission to ask you some hard questions? Because
Yeah,
it's really going to help me understand you and a little bit of your motive and your reasoning a little bit.
yeah, absolutely.
So you mentioned that your weight has impacted a lot of areas of your life, right? You said it's affected. I mean, growing up, it's affected you a lot. You said it's affected your relationships. You even said that it played a role in your relationship with your wife ending.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that. Give me some examples of what you mean when you're sharing that with me.
So whenever I made that specific comment is there are certain things that I feel like my wife would have needed and wanted in order to be satisfactory. One of those things was actually going on like these adventure walks. So me and her would do that, and I would realize halfway through I would be pretty exhausted. So that's one, and my wife is one of those people. If she sees me, my ex-wife, if she sees me uncomfortable, she would not do whatever she wants to do just to not see me uncomfortable. So we went on this walk one time, and I guess she realized how much I was out of breath and all that, and she said, "Hey, maybe this isn't, this is something we should be doing. We should probably do something more accommodating for you." She loves roller coasters. Unfortunately, our whole time I wasn't able to get on a roller coaster because those arms wouldn't reach because my stomach was in the way. Another thing is the performance in bed was not there either. I realized after a while she did get kind of bored. She did straight up tell me that our bedtime is getting kind of boring. We always do the same thing, and she even brought it up. She was like, "You might want to consider losing some weight, just because I realized it's getting in the way."
Mhm.
When I heard that from her, she told me that I was like, that's when I first realized, that it was actually kind of affecting me kind of seriously.
Right.
And again, like that was the first time I went on a keto diet, and I felt great. And just fell off. It's just I have a issue of like if it's not a lifestyle change, if it's like a diet, I end up just looking at it as like a goal. Once I'm done, I just go back to my usual.
Okay. Appreciate you being vulnerable with me, man. I know that stuff is hard to share.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, in those moments, Juan, when you think back to it, right? Like your wife wanted to go for a hike. You went for a hike and she looks at you and she sees that you're out of breath and she's like, let's find something that's a little bit more accommodating for you. Or, you go on a roller coaster park. Maybe your wife's able to go on a roller coaster, but you can't even share that time with her. And, you got to get denied the roller coaster because of your weight. Or, her sharing that your intimate time is affected by this too. Like when you think back to those things, how does it make you feel? I'm not even talking about just in the moment. Maybe like how did it make you feel in the moment, but also how does it make you feel in general?
Honestly, it made me feel very inadequate. I feel like as a man, you're supposed to provide and do everything you can for your significant other, and I feel like I wasn't able to do what I needed to do in that instance because of weight. One thing that me and her had issues was is she wasn't able to conceive. So she made a comment that really made me like that stuck with. I still think about it now. She said, "God put me in this earth for one thing, and I can't even do it." And when she said that, then I realized about me. I was like, God put me on this earth to do one thing, is to be a man and provider, and I can't do that because of my own choices, what I've done to myself and my body. And so it really just made me feel like I'm not even a man because of the comments that she made. It just made me feel really, really small, like just not really worth it.
Right. Okay. How's your overall confidence level outside of, your relationship with your wife that you had?
So that's one thing that a lot of people say to me, and I don't understand where I have it or how I have it. I actually am pretty confident out there. A lot of things that people say is I don't let my weight determine and affect who I am as far as like personality goes and like how out there I want to be. Like I'll be out there having fun and everything. I don't care. It's like whenever I get like a real fact check or like somebody says or like I can't do something because of my weight or like let's say I run out of breath or like I start. One thing that I really don't like is I sweat like in the cold
Mm.
because it's just I'm always constantly sweating. And I asked the doctors, like, why do I sweat so much when I go visit? And they're like, well, unfortunately, it is a byproduct of your overweight. Your body is just working so hard just to maintain you.
Okay. Got it. Um, and and so you mentioned you tried keto in the past.
Right.
Did you try anything else in the past to lose weight?
We hit keto hard, and then we did the carnivore diet for a bit, and that was nice. But besides that, I really haven't tried a diet like that. I've for a while, I did go to the gym for like 2 weeks, and what I did is I used ChatGPT and I just made me make some workouts, and I followed those for a bit. But that's kind of all I've done so far, really, like tried, and then like I've cut stuff out, like sodas and stuff like that. But my real attempt to losing weight was a keto diet and carnivore diet, and it worked out pretty good. But that's where I realized I need to do lifestyle changes, not just come up with like some sort of diet.
Yeah. Okay. And I know you said keto worked for you fairly well. Um,
Correct.
and then you stopped and you gained the weight back. You gained the weight back. But I mean, just out of curiosity, one like, what has you looking for some additional coaching from someone like Jacob or our team versus just going back to the keto diet? Because I know you said it worked for you in the past.
So the difference between what I've learned between Jacob is the stuff that he said is like you don't have to do crazy diets. You don't have to do all this stuff. It's just you gotta the way he would word it in the video just makes it seem like if you just have like balance, you could definitely, have you can lose weight, be healthy, and also enjoy life. Whenever I was on a keto diet, I really did not enjoy how really strict you had to be. You had to go to specific restaurants and order crazy things, or not even go out to eat.
Yeah.
And
It was sustainable.
yeah, correct. It was difficult, and especially like I said, how you asked about the confidence thing. I go to eat with my friends quite a bit, like restaurants and stuff like that. So that's something that would have like made it difficult, going to the restaurants, hang out with them, or go to a bar or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I can't eat that because it has too much cheese in it or stuff like that. So the way that Jacob seems like he's teaches a sustainable lifestyle for me for my
Yeah.
situation where I can use his coaching and still be able to
Yeah.
live
To where
life
yeah,
basically.
to where you don't have to go to the extreme and have your quality of life drastically reduced just because you're trying to lose weight, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, man. And so let me ask you this one. This is another hard question. It's going to take some thinking for you, if it's okay that I ask you.
Yeah.
Um, but so, and this isn't the question I'm talking about, but initial question that I need to ask the second one is like, what do you weigh right now, and what do you want to get down to ideally?
So right now, I weighed myself yesterday. I weigh 425.
Okay. What do you want
And ideally, I want to be around the 200 area. That's ideally where I want to be.
to? Okay. So at 425, you want to get down to 200. You're 225 pounds, right? Or you
Correct.
want to lose 225 pounds, right?
Correct.
Okay. I want you to really think about this one. Why are we not at 200 pounds yet?
Because of my own ambitions, motivations, and my own reasoning.
Tell me more about that. What do you mean?
So trying to trying to figure out how to word it without, I guess, sounding bad is I lack motivation sometimes, or a lot of the time actually. If it's just solo me doing it, I don't have motivation as much as if I had somebody telling me, "Hey, I need you to get up today, and I need you to take a picture of you, whatever." Or, "Hey, by the way, don't forget, today we're hitting this hard." I lack self accountability. That's something I've always struggled with my whole life. If it's left to my own advice, unfortunately, I won't probably do it. I've noticed that early on, and I've always tried to get somebody to help me with that. If I have somebody like a gym partner, I'll go to the gym the whole week. Um, it's just something I don't know why I have or I lack. It's just the self motivation, the self drive is not quite there. But if somebody is assisting me, or if somebody's there with me, if somebody's there to keep me in check, I will do a lot better than just solo.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that the reason why you are not where you want to be right now is because of the internal like motivation, right? You've been waiting for that motivation to kick in and the
Right.
account. So you're saying you need someone to hold you accountable, but not just that. It's
Correct.
like also you slow yourself down. And so do you feel like that right there affects your mindset and plays a role in the way that you make decisions?
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because the thing is, one is like, and I'm glad you're that quick to realize that it is yourself because sometimes people never get there. And the thing is like you need to think like who you want to become, right? So for you, like if you continue to make decisions like the version of yourself who you are right now, which is 425 pounds, versus if you start to make decisions like the version of yourself that might be 200 pounds, you're going to start to become the person who you make decisions like. Okay. So for you, if you start making decisions like the 200-pound version, you're going to start to become the 200-pound version. If I take a triathlete and I put that person inside of someone who's overweight, maybe the 300-400 pounds, the fat person is eventually going to become a triathlete, and the triathlete is eventually going to start to become a fat person. It's all based on how you make decisions and the way that you think, right? So for
Right.
you, knowing that we are the people that are like slowing ourselves down, what do you feel like is a mindset shift you need to make internally so that way you can become the version of yourself that is 200 pounds, or at least get one step closer to that point? What do you need to change about your mindset and the way that you make decisions?
One thing I need to change in myself, I never realized is I need to love myself whatever way I am,
Mhm.
because this is myself. I feel like I don't have self love for myself because of the way I look. I feel like I would rather make the other person happy. I'd rather make the other person laugh. I'd rather make the other person smile at whatever cost. I don't have that same level of love for myself. So I have to get some sort of self love for myself in order to get to that mindset. And then I just feel like in order for me to get self love for myself, I have to show myself that I am able to do things like wake up every day. Like today, getting up for this meeting, like I don't go to work till 10 o'clock. So like this meeting was the first time that myself, like told myself, you're gonna get up hella early, you're gonna do this meeting, because it's gonna change your life. I feel like that change is getting there. Like last 2 weeks, I've just been like just thinking about it. I was like, man, I really need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
I would go to the restroom. I was like, man, look at yourself, you look so fat, you need to change it. Like
Mhm.
I've just been like just really just focused on getting myself to understand that I can't be this way and I have to change. So I'm being
Yeah.
my biggest criticizer, and that's why I set this meeting up just so I can really just get this mentality rolling. I feel like it's already there. I just need to get just somebody help me push the ball with it.
Dude, I love that, bro. I love that. So that's it right there, right? The first step towards change is changing the way that we think and changing the mindset that we have, and ultimately having self-love for yourself, which is instead of always relying on motivation to do what's right, is just manning up and doing what's right. Because that's ultimately
Yeah,
what love is like respecting yourself is even though it's uncomfortable to get up at 7 a.m. and have a conversation about how you hate the way that you look, it's about doing it anyways and taking this conversation a little bit more seriously, right? And
yeah,
so yeah, it's about doing what's right instead of doing what's comfortable. Because up until now, what have we done? It's just making the comfortable decision, right? Uh,
absolutely.
that's amazing, man. So let me ask you this then, Juan. You said you want to get down to 200 pounds. Um, I'm sure there's a whole lot of reasons of why you want to get down to 200, right? But what's the main motive for you to get down to 200, right? And don't give me a boring answer like, oh, I'll be better and I'll be more confident. Like,
No,
yeah, what's the main motivation for you to get down to that weight?
so honestly, the 200 I feel like is just at the beginning. Ideally, what I want to be is I would want to be kind of like just like bulk rip, six pack and all that. But I feel like if I set that mindset just too soon, it's gonna be unmotivating. It's too hard to achieve. A 200-pound was my high school weight that I was in high school,
Mhm.
and I just want to tell myself that I can get back to that. No matter how old I am, I want to get back to that specific weight, and then from there I can really decide what route I want to go. If I want to go bodybuilding, if I want to go possibly calisthenics, or I really want to have a healthy lifestyle. And I feel like once I shed this extra weight, I can go down and decide which one of the two I want to do. So the 200-pound goal isn't my end goal. It's just something that I have to lose weight. And then from there, I really, really want to try calisthenics. But at the current weight that I'm at, it's not going to be achievable. That's why I want to get to there.
Yeah, but I like how you're having like set goals though, because that's very important. And whether you go calisthenics, bodybuilding, powerlifting, whatever it is, it's good to have that because you use that as a motivator. Powerlifting is super fun. I won two competitions a couple years ago in a row, and I've done bodybuilding for a while now. I've taken, not gonna lie, I haven't been on top of it as much as I should be because of work and getting married, and but that's awesome, and I love that you have that goal in mind. Cool. So now I want to gather some metrics, one,
Okay.
and then ask you a couple more questions, and we'll wrap up here soon. So, you said you're 30 years old. How tall are you?
5'9".
5'9". Okay. And what's your current diet look like?
So right now, I kind of just eat whatever. I don't eat fast food. I don't really eat much fast food. One thing that I did notice, that once I really started like focusing, I think I eat too much. I'm not in my calorie deficit. The way it works is in the mornings, I usually don't eat anything in the mornings. For lunch, I usually either pack like something quick, something microwavable like Hot Pocket or something like that. And then for dinner, I always stop by my mom's house. My mom has a tradition where she always cooks dinner for all of us. So it's whatever she cooks, and I can't say no to her cooking.
Yeah.
So and I've noticed that her cooking is very it's a heavy cooking and the portions are really big.
Mhm.
So and then because I work from 10 till 9, no 10 to 8, I naturally eat kind of late and I feel like that kind of screws me up. Like I've noticed my last meal, I usually have like a peanut butter sandwich at like 11:30 at night.
Okay.
So yeah, don't
Yeah.
really eat much fast food. It's a lot
Nice.
of home meals and a lot of microwavables.
Okay. Cool, man. And I know you said you don't really eat any fast food. I know you mentioned earlier that you eat out a lot.
Correct.
How many times a week are you eating out? Average.
Um, every Friday we go to this bar called and at the bar they sell like typical bar food, finger foods and beer.
Okay.
So every Friday,
Every Friday. So you eat out about 4 times a month.
correct.
Okay. Cool. And now this is where it gets a little fun one. I want you to think. So in your head, if you woke up and you're 200 pounds, right? You've lost 225 pounds. Not only have you lost it, but you're able to keep it off. Um, what changes for you, man? Like what would actually be different if you really had to think about it and paint a picture for me?
So man, I never thought about it if I was actual goal weight. So
Yeah.
one thing that I did tell myself if when I hit the goal weight, the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy a motorcycle. The very first thing
Bro,
I'm gonna go buy a motorcycle.
I had a Kawasaki. I don't know if you're into craft rockets, but
Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
I had a ZX6R. Dude, that bike was insane. It topped out at 170. Oh, they're so fun. I sold it though because I don't trust myself. But that's
Yeah,
awesome. You buy a
yeah,
motorcycle?
yeah. That's exactly it. I was like, man, that's another reason why I have that 200 goal weight. Just because it'll be easier to get the bike gear, it'll be easier to get on the bike and all that.
Yeah.
So that's basically my reward. And once I get that, I'm having a motorcycle. So how's it gonna look like? It's probably gonna be like I'm gonna be riding a motorcycle absolutely everywhere I go. Whenever I hit my goal weight, because that's my biggest dream was always have a motorcycle. So once I hit my goal weight, like I told myself, man, I'm gonna live on that bike. I'm gonna go everywhere in that bike. I'm gonna go across state in that bike. So that's probably how it's gonna look whenever I hit that 200 pound. Be out on a motorcycle, just having a good time.
Yeah. It'd probably be a lot more comfortable being on a crotch rocket at 200 than 400 because let me tell you,
Exactly. Yeah.
if you're gonna be on it
100%.
if you're gonna be on it for more than a half hour, your back's gonna start hurting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool, man. What else? Like, I mean, even just little things in your day to day. Like, what would be different for you?
I just feel like a lot of things. I'll be able to put on my shoes without having to like be in this awkward position.
Uh-huh.
I'll be able to wear the clothes that I want to. One thing that kind of sucks is whenever I want to go buy clothes, I have to go to Burlington, go to the big and tall section, and I'm limited what they have there.
Mhm.
It'll be nice being able to like just pop in Walmart and be like, oh, I need some swim trunks. Go to Walmart and know they have your clothes there. Or oh man, I forgot a shirt. Let me go buy a shirt. You can actually go to anywhere and just they have your size. Just enjoy just being able to do stuff that I wasn't able to do. Like walk down the street with my dog and not be out of breath. That'll be enjoyable.
Yeah.
Being able to go try clothes, like I said, just everyday living will be easier.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to go to the bathroom and actually being able to be comfortable,
Right.
be in the bathroom, because there are some places that the toilets are too close to the wall,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of hard. So it'll be nice not having to think that, just not that thought. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Oh, am I gonna fit? Am I gonna do that? Am I gonna be that? Like, come on, man. It's like, that's crazy, having that kind of thought. Just go to the damn bathroom. Like, it'll be nice just mentally, like, just not having to worry about that stuff anymore. Just know that I can go anywhere, and the clothes will fit, the facilities will be good for me, and just knowing that I will basically be okay.
Yeah. Just basically having like the basic luxuries of life. You'll be able to have those back.
Correct.
How'd that feel
Correct.
to be able to have those back?
It'll be amazing. I feel like I would be genuinely, like, happy. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like my whole world could be collapsing, but as long as I feel good in myself, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you straight one. I think that for you, man, based on where you're coming from, where you want to get to, the reasons why you want to do it, and also like after communicating with you back and forth on this call, I can tell you're at a point to where there's like a fire lit under your butt. And you're like, man, I need to make a change. And not only that, but I genuinely do think that you'd be a great fit for what we do here, right? Like we have people that reach out to us and they're like, man, I want to lose 15 pounds, I want to lose 20 pounds, I want to lose my muffin top because I'm not that confident. But like 425 to 200, that's like life changing. And we've helped people lose life changing weight. I think you'd be a great case study for us, and I think that Jacob would love to work with you. And I think that not only that, but you seem really motivated to make a change, and I think you'd make a great client. So I'd love to have you on the team, man. I'll put the ball in your court. Like, what do you feel like you need to know about Peach Fit in order to feel like you're 100% confident that we can actually help you get to 200 pounds? And what questions do you have about us, how we help you, how to get started, etc. I'll put the ball in your
I
court.
guess so. One of the things is, so how exactly does this work? Like, do you guys are these phone calls a weekly thing, everyday thing? I know I paid a certain fee. Do you get like classes or books, or just essentially, like, I'm kind of like a little bit new to this. I just don't know exactly what to expect from this point forward. I just know I wanted to go to Jacob, and I just want to make sure I understand how the future's gonna look like, just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So that thing you already paid for is like a basic cookie cutter program. With the advanced coaching from Jacob, there's going to be a lot of personalization and a lot of custom plans that we're going to make for you according to your situation. So we have like a specific bullet list of stuff that we're going to give you in the advanced coaching with Jacob. And I'll just sort of read through and I think it'll answer most of your questions.
Okay.
So right off the bat, you get a 45-minute call with Ryan. It's going to be like your onboarding call. Ryan is Jacob's right-hand guy. He's been personally training with him for a long time. And so on that call, what he's going to do is we're going to build out a custom meal plan for you. We're going to build out a custom workout plan for you and everything that you need in order to set you up for success so that way you have the best chances possible of getting to 200 pounds. Okay. So on that call, what Ryan is going to do is he's going to ask you things like, okay, how many meals a day do you eat? How often can you work out? How many days a week can you go to the gym? How long do you want to work out? And pretty much, we're not going to tell you, Juan, that you have to eat boiled chicken and drink water and work out 7 days a week. Because like I said, that's not sustainable, right?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to you and say, hey, Juan, what kind of food do you like eating? You know, what's your work schedule like? If you're working 70 hours a week or 60 hours a week, we're not going to tell you that you need to work out 2 hours a day. Because again, that's not sustainable. We want to build something for you that not only can you do it and it's fun, but it's also something you can do for a long time. Because if you're going ham in the gym every single day, you're going to get burnt out. And then you're going to be back up at 425 pounds right away. So he's going to build out a plan for you that's tailored around the foods that you eat. So that way you don't have to eat boring food. We're going to build a plan to where you can fit in your mom's meals that she makes for you all the time. Because I know you said you like to eat those. You can't say no to mama, right? So we're
Yeah.
going to build out a meal plan to where you can even fit that in. We're going to build out a workout plan that's sustainable for you, right? Not tell you to go to the gym 6 or 7 days a week. Something that you can do, something that is realistic and something that's not going to burn you out, right? And if you have like any physical limitations, right, we're going to take those into factor. If you say, hey, I got low back pain, I can't do back squat, we're not going to give you a workout plan with back squat. So that's like how specific we get in terms of building everything out for you. And then we're also going to give you like your exact portions of like your macros. So we're going to tell you, hey, Juan, this is your protein goal every day. This is your fats goal. This is your carbs goal. That's how we're going to give you we're going to make it super easy for you. Okay. And then I know you said accountability is a big thing for you as well. And we're huge on accountability. So something that we just recently added is you get access to a 24/7 weight loss coach. You can text them anytime for any questions. They check up on you. And you also get access to our community. And that in itself is just worth so much because you're surrounded by tons and tons of people who have either already lost tons and tons of weight or they're currently on the journey. And you also get to make buddies that are, in a similar phase of life and you guys are all working towards the same mission. So that in itself is also huge as well. You get weekly group calls with Jacob to go over your progress, your tracking. You get to meet with Jacob and all the rest of the students as well. And a cool thing that we also offer, Juan, is once you hit your goal weight, once we get you down to the big, or let me say small 200, we actually fly you out to California. You get to work out with the Peach Fit team. You get to work out with Jacob. You get brought on for a podcast episode and you just get to hang out for the day and we pay for all that for you.
Okay, cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, but that's pretty much everything the program is. Do you feel like there's anything just in like the logistics of the program that you have questions about?
No, that's actually perfect. I was actually gonna ask you about the macros and all that. I was like, man, do you guys help out with that? Because that's something I was struggling to with, and you answered it. So that's perfect. That's what you just said is kind of exactly what I was kind of hoping that this program would bring. So that's very cool. I'm definitely looking forward for that.
Cool, man. Yeah, so if you have to put on a scale, 1 to 10, one of, your confidence in our program to help you get to where you want to go. 1 being this is an absolute dumpster fire, it's not going to help me. 10 being I really do think that this can help me change my life. Where do you put it on that scale?
I honestly, before we had this conversation, I was kind of on the fence, man. I was like, man, it sounds kind of wild, man. It's going on Instagram and then just subscribing and just having this meeting. If you break it down, it sounds kind of wild. So before I had this meeting, I was like, man, I was kind of 50-50. But after having this conversation with you and everything we discussed and what you've told me, I feel like I'm at a solid 10. I feel like this can definitely help me out. This could definitely open my eyes to a new lifestyle that I could adapt and basically be a different person, and then hopefully be a part of the PFIT community the whole time. Hopefully I could be here as a motivator and I can help somebody else in my situation whenever I hit my goal as well.
Mhm. Cool, man. I love that. And I agree with you. You'd be a killer student, and I really do think that the stuff we have here can help you change your life. And I'm glad you feel that way. Um, and if there's not any other questions that you have, you want me to go over the investments? If that works out, and if everything sounds good, we'll get you going and get you onboarded.
Yeah, that works out for me.
Cool, man. So with the PFIT program, we've got a couple of different tiers, just because everybody has different goals. We don't have a cookie cutter process. We've got 1 month program, we have a 6 month program, we have a year long program. And then with that, we have a standard rate and we also have a quick start rate. Standard rate and quick start rate, you're getting the exact same thing. The only difference is with the quick start rate, we like to incentivize action takers, people who are genuinely just like, hey, I'm ready to make change now. I no longer want to continue the path that I've been on. I'm tired of it. 2, I genuinely am committed to making a change, and I can see this is something I'm doing. I want the accountability and the coaching. And 3, I'm ready to get signed up on the call. We make it easier for you to get in, just because typically people that are making decisions on the spot, they're going to be taking action faster, they're going to see results faster, and you're overall just going to be happier as a client. So for 1 month of coaching, it's $997. Okay. For 3 months of coaching, it's $1997. For 6 months of coaching, it's $34.99, and for 1 year of coaching, it's $5,000.
Okay. 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 So would that like just outright like just all and done once, or
Yeah, it depends. Would you need a payment plan?
uh yeah, for like the 1 year essentially, yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, we can look at that if you need it. I've got a ton of ways I can get creative and help you get started. So if there's a way for us to help you do that, I can actually help you with that. Do you want
Okay.
me to go ahead and do some math with you and figure
Yeah,
out what we need to do to help you get started?
yeah, for sure.
Cool, man. With that, we'll need to have a conversation around your finances. Is it cool if I ask you a couple questions?
For sure.
So right now with your job, what are you bringing in right now at the end of the month before taxes?
Before taxes,
Yeah.
it is like 2200 every 2 weeks.
Okay, so you're on 4. We'll call it 4. And then what are you left with after all bills and expenses usually at the end of the month?
Usually around like $600
600. Okay. Um,
or 600 a check. So around like maybe let's say even 1,000.
1,000. Okay. And do you have any other, vehicles like crypto, maybe money under the mattress or anything like
No,
that?
unfortunately, no, I do not.
Okay, cool. And what's your credit look like?
Right now, my credit is unfortunately pretty bad because my ex-wife is not very good. So I'm
Uh,
currently in the rebuilding my credit. So right now it is at like a low 600.
600. Okay. I can pop you over a link. It's with a firm. It's like a 50-50 hit rate if it gets you approved. If it gets you started, there's typically 0 down option, so you wouldn't even really have to pay anything today. Your first payment would be like a month and a half from now. You want me to
Okay.
pop that link? We check out some options and see if it approves you.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, give me 1 second. So I'm gonna send you this link. If you could share your screen, I'm gonna walk you through how to apply for this. There's a green share button on the bottom. Are you on a computer?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and share your screen and click on this link, and I'll show you what you need to do. So if you check the Zoom chat,
Okay.
okay, if you type in your email and then type in affirm, and I think it's gonna ask you for your name and address, and then it's gonna have you, it's gonna text you a code to your phone number, and you just gotta confirm it. And one for this part, you can unshare your screen. Once you go through filling out all your information and like your bank info, just reshare, and then I can show you if you need help.
So it said it was agreed for this one.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then that one, yeah, then all that's left to do is just sign and submit. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and send over everything to our onboarding team one. If
Okay.
you could do me a favor and text me your full first name, last name, and address, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything sent over to our team, and they should be in contact with you within the next couple hours latest. But super excited for you, man. This is like your first step towards change, and you're
Yeah.
absolutely, and I'm super excited for you to become a case study.
Me too, bro. I'm super excited. So you said name, address, and what else?
Yeah. First name, last name, and address.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just go ahead and get that sent over to me on text messages from the number that I already texted you on.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and send over everything to our onboarding team. They should be in contact with you latest by like the early afternoon. And if you
Okay,
don't hear,
perfect.
then just you can shoot me a call or a text.
Okay, we'll do, man.
All right, take it easy, man. You have a
Cool.
blessed day, and let's rock.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Take it easy, man. Bye.
All right.